So much to discuss. So much excitement. So not very much of me, because usually all you see is like my very upper body in these videos. But that's okay, because it is Friday and it is awesome. We're here. The weekend is just right around the corner. We just got to get through today. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. You know, it's really exciting. The weather is supposed to be nice. I really hope it's nice, because it has been hot the last several days. Like, it starts out pretty cool, but then it gets to, like, 80, which is not bad, but if it's, like, humid, and it's kind of been a little bit humid, or worse, if it's, like, in your car, oh, man, nothing is worse than, like, walking into your car on a hot day. Then again, and to put things in perspective, if it's like 70 degrees outside, your car is going to be like 100 degrees. That's why it's actually very important to make sure that, if you have a baby in the car, you immediately take the baby out of the car. Although, personally, if I was at the supermarket, I would probably just and I knew I had a child in the car, I would run like mad to grab a car, run like mad back to my car and put the baby inside. That's what I would try and do. Because let's assume that in this situation, for whatever reason, I simply cannot carry the child. That's what I would do. Yeah, I think that would work. I mean, hopefully it wouldn't even be a minute, so yeah, that would work. Anyway, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. It is awesome. Yesterday was great. So, let's discuss a couple things, because there's actually one thing I do need to bring some attention to. But I'll do that at the very end. The first is the newest episode of Amphibia came out. This is Contagion and Family Shrub. Now, Contagion starts off with, it's a rainy day, and, Anne wants to, stay inside, sleep, because according to her, nothing is better than sleeping to the sound of rain, which, as someone who has slept to the sound of rain before, I have to admit, that's pretty accurate. And, Hot Pops is like, Anne, come on, we gotta work outside. It'll be long and hard. And so Anne decides to, fake sick and not, work out in the farm in the crazy weather. So they do, I want to say do a Risky Business-esque montage where basically as the family's away, Anne is just, having fun in the house, but they don't do, luckily, don't worry, they don't do the whole Risky Business thing. They don't do the slide across the floor that everyone knows and loves, which there's no way Disney would get away with it, even if Anne was fully dressed. But anyway, so the family comes back, and it turns out they get sick from being out in the crazy weather that, doing all the work. And so Anne, feeling bad, is like, you know what, I'll take care of you guys. But they're like, Anne, you're sick. Well, yeah, I am, but, I think I should help you. Basically, they're doing the plot device where she's trying to do the right thing, but she can still lie about it, which is actually a plot device I haven't seen or a storytelling device I haven't seen in quite a while. I think the last time I saw it in a good show was, South Park, believe it or not. The giant beaver dam episode, specifically. But, so it turns out that Anne makes them dinner, and she puts a special mushroom at the, for the meal or whatever. And little does she know, the mushroom actually turns, frogs red, but in this moment in time in the episode, they don't know that that's why they're turning red, because everyone's convinced they have a disease called red leg now, which pretty much it starts to your legs, goes to your entire body, and, you unfortunately pass away. But, the cure is this giant, spring that you're supposed to, swim in, and it's supposed to cure you instantly. And so Anne goes through all these trials and tribulations to get the family to the spring, only to find out that, they get to the spring, and it's supposed to work, but they're not cured of being completely red yet. And so, sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. I'm trying to remember it all. So they get to the very top, and they're like, "Oh, Anne, you did more than you could have asked. You did more than anyone could have asked you." And they're like, "I wasn't really sick." And they're like, "Anne, it's okay. I mean, the weather was pretty bad. I mean, you likely would have gotten sick if you'd gone out with us anyway." Which is technically true, but, it's basically she confessed what she did. So all three, Polly, Sprig, and Hop Pop, are pretending they're about to die, and then they're like, "Anyone else dead yet?" And it turns out the mushroom is what made them red, and Hop Pop was like, "I used that for cleaning the stables, mopping the floors, washing the dishes," and basically the mushroom, the sort you should never really eat anyway. But the episode ends with Anne crying, being like, "You guys are alive!" And then Sprig's like, "Should we do something about this?" And Hop Pop's like, "No, let her be." And so that was that. Then Family Shrub, which is a play on Family Tree, only, it's, because, actually, it's funny, because, the Plantar Family is working on their quote-unquote Family Shrub, which is, again, like a family tree. And Anne says, "Where I come from, we call it a family tree." And then Hop Pop's like, "That's because everyone where you're from is crazy." That actually got me really good. So, at first glance, it appears that everyone in the Plantar Family is, pretty, boring. They were just, all farmers throughout their lives. But Hop Pop, trying to be, whimsical and metaphorical, was like, "They have layers, just gotta look deeper." Basically, even Hop Pop didn't notice, but apparently in the house there's a secret compartment where, like, members of the Plantar Family of the past have, like, these secret rooms that they specialize in. Like, one of them was a scientist who created, like, mad scientific experiments, which reminds me. So apparently in the scientist room, there's, like, this giant, like, pumpkin creature that is, like, going on a rampage. Sprig, like, walks up to it, comforts it, kind of like calming down a raging monster, right? And then literally Sprig kicks the beast back into the cage, closes the gate, and I'm just, like, laughing hysterically, like, "That is horrible." It was great. It was funny, but man, it was horrible in a funny way. There was, like, the next room, there was, like a training ground with, like, knight armor and weapons, like medieval weapons, which was awesome. There was, like, a game room that had, like, maddening puzzles or whatever. And then, like, "Hop Pop, you're not gonna believe this, but our family was actually the greatest collection of farming scientific warriors ever." I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I would put it. Farming scientific warriors. Or scientific warrior farmers. I don't know. But yeah, that was awesome. It was actually really fun. A lot of great dialogue, a lot of great action. And, 2 weeks into the season of Amphibia, because apparently they're showing the entirety of the first season in the span of 5 weeks, so we are now 40% of the way there. And having been to 40% of the way there, I have to say I am really digging this so far, and as if you didn't already know. And, I can't wait to see what happens, next week. It's going to be, again, 4th of July, I am going to be revealing what the main course of my full course menu is. So, it's very likely I'm not really going to be able to talk about the episode of Amphibia that will coincide with, that day. So I guess a week from today, I'll just talk about 2 episodes. That shouldn't be so bad, right? So, yeah. With that said, let's get on to the other things that I wanted to discuss, specifically the Schoolboy Q episode Hot Ones, which was great. Again, that's another really, I think I said this yesterday, but that's another really great thing about Hot Ones, because if they have a guest in which you don't know who that person is, you actually get to learn a little bit more about them. Like the fact that Schoolboy Q rocks a bucket hat, that he likes to shop at Whole Foods, that he really is taking up golf, and it was really funny, and this really made me just hysterical. Like I was literally in tears. I was laughing at this. Sean Evans asks Schoolboy Q, where do you fall, like, do you know about the whole whenever after a golfer, like, hits a really, good shot, someone yells out, like, mashed potatoes, or, like, stuff like that, and Schoolboy Q is like, man, I'm one of those people. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I would do. I really would be one of those guys who'd be like, mashed potatoes, when, like, someone has, like, a really good shot, or something like that. I love that. I mean, it's been a thing since, like, earlier this decade. Holy cow, we're in 2019. And that stuff started, like, in 2010. I'm getting old. So, yes, that was great. Wonderful episode. Can't wait to see who the guest is 1 week from now. It's gonna be awesome. Actually, since Thursday is 4th of July, I wonder if they're even going to have an episode at all. That would be interesting to see, if they do. I mean, actually, if they don't have an episode, it would be a lot easier for me to talk about 2 episodes of Amphibia on next Friday, so that would kick in. And so, with that, we have the newest chapter of One Piece that's out, and again, I'm going to be putting a link into the descriptions up top and down below, and whatever, but seriously, we are now at the oh yeah moment. Like, the good guys are free, and he's like, I'm going to be taking over this place now. Like, yes, this is the oh man moment. This is going to be awesome. I cannot wait until next week. And there is no break, so we will be uninterrupted. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. And so, now we do have to get into a little bit of seriousness because I actually have some really bad news. I don't really know how to say this. You guys know that of the items on my full course menu, several of them, for the most part, you can get from Tony R's. I've sang many, many praises of Tony R's, and in fact, if you really want earnest praise of Tony R's, watch the meat dish on my full course menu, which I believe was day 517. Or, yeah, I think it was day 517. It was on day 517. I wanted to make it day 520. No, it was day 517. Anyway, so, yes, it was great, and, everything's great. I was saying praises, and, when I reveal the entirety of my full course menu in earnest, I'll definitely also mention the best places where you get them, and you're going to see Tony R's appear several times on this list. Unfortunately, from what I've heard, the owner of Tony R's, who is, in his defense, on the very elderly side, is also very sick. And because of that, Tony R's may very well go out of business within the next month. I'll talk a little more about that tomorrow, but I just wanted to point that out so, anyone who has any attachment to that place, is able to, let that sink in. So, yeah, it really probably wasn't the best way to end this video. Sorry about that, guys. Well, again, I'll be sure to talk more about that tomorrow. But like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button, follow me on them social media platforms. I am humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I am hopeful you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if any of you guys don't want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices. See ya.